asked for... What do you mean I asked for sauce? I was very specific. I asked for the greens on the side, no sauce. I can't have sauce. It doesn't sit well with me. Why? Because sauce is a lie. It's a lie of omission. Or one of inclusion. Also, I get terrible hives. Oh, good evening, dear listeners. And welcome back to another episode of the Slanted Hallway. I hope you've been eating plenty of carrots to prepare your eyes for the dim and shadowy turns of this next tale, as it takes us deep into the bowels of the earth, below even, I'm told, the impermeable settlements of the water table. Yes, the groundwater of terror leaches into this story, and just as it dampens your socks, so too will it moisten your mind with unthinkable horror, a horror so mind-numbing, why, even more mind-numbing than...
Than laudanum toothpaste, Mr. Narrator? With dentist-related deaths at an all-time high, Dr. Anus's laudanum toothpaste is the smart choice for you and your family. Who has time to wait for those stubborn loose teeth to fall out? With Dr. Anus's laudanum toothpaste, rearing children is a breeze. All of those baby teeth will fall right out simultaneously. How convenient! After brushing, they'll go right down for a nap, leaving more time for you. As an added bonus, it'll shine up your commode to a sparkling white heretofore unseen outside of the Arctic tundra. Dr. Anus's laudanum toothpaste. Keep the pain away.
Yes, so thank you to today's sponsor. Anyway, tonight's story brings us into the winding passageways and dusty corners of Mark and Patricia Coleman's marriage, and also the catacombs of Paris. See, the catacombs work as a metaphor, which I'm told is a way of saying something is like another thing without using the word like, if you can imagine that. The catacombs are also a real place. I've never been, because I have far better things to do, but Mark and Patty Coleman don't. They are, in every way, just your average American couple on vacation. Until things go decidedly sideways. The circumstances of disaster are never apparent in foresight. Only too late do we see the grip of doom as it creeps just out of sight. In hindsight, this has never been truer than in the case of our friends the Colemans, as they embark on the trip of their lifetimes, or death times. So dust off your berets, and as you attempt to fend off the cold dread of inevitability. Back with the receipt, are we? Don't try to prove I'm wrong using my own words. An imbecile could see that the asparagus is all floppy because it was on top of the food, and it's been soaked in the sauce.
My, what a beautiful day! Look at this park. Moscow, Idaho sure is a sight in the fall. Such a natural splendor we carved out of the wilderness with nothing but our wills and quick-setting concrete. Why, it makes a man think of what he could accomplish. Oh, no! Ugh.
Careful where you're walking, sir. You flattened one of my pigeons.
These are new shoes, you know. And this is a new handkerchief I'm using to wipe off my new shoes. What's the big idea anyway, feeding vermin in a public park?
Oh, Alma here's no vermin. She served in the war. A decorated hero, this one. See, I'm just appreciating the day, same as you, same as these birds. Why, I was just sitting on my seat, reminiscing about how the weather reminds me so dearly of my time in France.
France, huh?
Yes, France, with my sweetheart. The sweet time we spent together by the Seine eating pastries was the happiest that I've ever been.
I don't condone sin much, but I do like glue.
Say, do you have yourself a lady?
Oh, sure I do. Why, do I look like I wouldn't?
Oh, nothing. I'm just thinking a lot about romance. You see, the secret to a happy marriage is keeping romance alive.
Oh, who asked you? I'm romantic. I'm plenty romantic. Why, just the other day, my wife surprised me in the shower with a knife. Oh, I said, Patty, dear, you've gotten yourself confused again. The kitchen is that way.
I guess I mean, do you take enough time off for amusements? Just the two of you. Ain't no joy in life bigger than time away with your beloved.
Sure I know that. You think I don't know that? I took Patty to Vienna last year.
Oh, I love Austria. Of course, this was a long time ago.
Not Germany, you curmudgeon. Vienna, Missouri. Best painted rocks east of Oklahoma.
I see. You mean to say your wife has never been to Europe?
Well, no. What's there to see in Europe anyhow? Seems to me I saw all I needed the last time I was there.
Oh, well, I think Europe is the most romantic place you could ever take a lady. That's all.
What are you trying to say? That I'm not romantical because I've never taken my wife to Europe? Don't think you're better than me, old man. I'll show you. I'll take my wife to Europe right now. And keep your filthy pigeons somewhere else. I'm shaking my fist at you. He can't talk to me like that. I'll show him. I'll show everyone. I'm romantic. I'm a real man. I'm the type of guy who can afford to whisk his wife away on an expensive vacation at a moment's notice, regardless of the fiscal implications. It sure is a good thing my wife's office is so close to my strolling park. Oh, I'm so steamed. I'm gonna take the shortcut through the Velcro factory. Out of my way, Velcro tears. I'm a man on a mission. Hey, we're going to Paris.
Mark, I can't stand Texas, and I think you could have picked a better time to bring this to me than in the midst of my gynecology appointment.
I don't care how many rocks and minerals you have left to identify, Patty. This is important.
Important this, important that. Why isn't anything I'm doing ever important? You never listen to me.
Excellent idea, Patricia. We'll leave right now.
But what about packing? I'll need time to get together a wardrobe.
Oh, Patty, you silly, silly goose. War is over, and robes are no good for fighting. Besides, I found one of your bags already packed under your bed.
What about other arrangements?
Jeez, Patty, I can hardly be expected to bring you flowers every day.
Fine. I'll ring the driver.
Darling, I think I love you, and I intend to prove it to a strange old man. There'll be no jingling of any gentleman other than myself.
Ah, love. Now, as we all know, there's no love truer than the love you feel the need to demonstrate publicly. Yes, large bundles of flour and late-night apologies yelled from the street to a closed window are the stuff of poetry. Never could stand poetry myself. If I wanted someone to lie to me with pretty words, I'd call my lawyer. Which reminds me, I actually do need to give him a call, since the folks down at Creepy Corridor have been allowed to tarry along spewing their nonsense long enough. Really, it's hard enough to carve out a place in this world, and there's always someone waiting to snatch your hard-earned airwaves and strangle you with them in your sleep. If it were up to me, there wouldn't just be a cease and desist, but a 5-year stay in Alcatraz. No, look, there's still sauce on the asparagus. What, do you think you can just scrape the sauce off and get away with it? You and your cheap tricks. You're second rate. I'm on to you. Don't think I won't drag your name through the mud for this.
Well, here we are, Patty. Oh, isn't this romantic? It is, isn't it?
We've hardly seen anything yet. We've been driving around this arch in this tiny car for hours.
That's not the same arch we just passed. This road is just very long and very curvy and surrounded by arches. Anyway, we're in the heart of Paris. The beating, romantic heart of it.
I'm just going to reach over, grab the wheel, and...
Let you drive? Well, that's hardly romantic. What would that old man say?
I don't care what another one of your imaginary friends thinks, Mark. And besides, the wheel is in front of me. It's not my fault you demanded to sit in the passenger seat because everything is backwards in Europe.
Well, it is. That con man at the hotel kissed me. On my face. You know I had no choice but to duel him for my honor.
It was the concierge man, Mark. I hope you're happy we have to look for a new place to stay.
Oh, pish posh. It can't be that hard to lever a body off of a portcullis. They just don't want us to stay in their hotel because they found out we're American. It's racism is what it is. If it pleases you, dear, I'll veer decidedly off the road and down one of these pointless streets, and now we're getting out of this small pointless car, and you'll see that I know exactly what I'm doing. Here we are at the Eiffel Tower.
The Eiffel Tower? I don't see why it's so awful, but I also don't see why it's at all romantic. A huge metal protrusion erected into the air. Beastly.
See here, Patty. Everyone says that Paris is the most romantic place. And here we are. So you better feel romanced.
I don't know what I'm supposed to feel, Mark. I mean, when you proposed, you said you were in finance, and only later did I find your business cards that read Fine Ants, collectors of rare ants. And here it's been 5 years, and never once have we been on vacation until now, and it's only because a strange old man you allegedly met in a park told you that—
Look, Patty! This package of Mother's Milk cigarettes I just happened to find on the ground has an advertisement for the catacombs. Listen, the catacombs of Paris are the most romantic place for lovers in love. Whether you're looking for a secluded getaway or an adventure to reignite that spark, the catacombs are where the magic happens. If you're a real man, which I am, with any sort of romantic bone in your body, you'll get your lady to the catacombs right this instant. Oh, and then it says something about not going in any unauthorized entrances and how they're not liable for any disappearances in very small writing on the bottom, but I can't imagine that applies to us.
What are these catacombs, anyway? I told you, Mark, a cat is no replacement for a child.
No, the catacombs are where the kings and queens of French kept all the loveliest combs.
No, it says here on this sign outside of the catacombs, which we've arrived at since we've conveniently been walking this whole time, and they're a lot closer than I thought, that this is where they keep all the bones.
The bones?
Yes, the bones of the dead Frenchmen.
Marvelous. Ready to see some old bones, darling?
Why, is your mother here?
Get it together, Patty. You know my mother hates you. She'd never come on a trip with us. I don't know why you're not more excited. The catacombs are very famous. Everybody and their mother wants to see them.
You just said your mother wasn't coming. And not a single bejeweled comb. This is exactly the kind of thing I was worried about. That we'd get to France, the most romantic place in the world, and realize we didn't love each other anymore. Well, I'm sorry to say it, dear, but it's true. I don't love you anymore. I don't know for how long. I don't know when it happened. But at some point, somewhere along the line, I fell out of love with you. I don't know what you'll be more disappointed about, the fact that we lost something as beautiful as love, or that—
Is there a point to all that completely unintelligible jibber-jabber, Patty? I stopped listening after you said how handsome I am.
I wanted to go to Italy, remember? For our honeymoon?
And give those Axis devils your American dollarini? Well, not while I'm alive, Patty.
Well, I'll just go next season, then.
You're talking nonsense, Patricia. Now give me another one of those chocolates that smell like bitter almonds you make me eat every hour on the hour. Yummy. We are in Paris, and by God, we are going to do everything that people do when they come to Paris. I mean, look at all these charming bone-shaped souvenirs. Here, I'll get you one.
I don't want a bone.
Oh, look! A rascally little dog thinks they're real. How authentic. Only in Europe. Silly dog. Here, boy.
But this isn't a real bone.
It's a knick-knack, paddywhack. Give the dog a bone.
I usually like it when you use my maiden name, but flattery will get you nowhere this time, Mark.
You're being quite uncharitable today, dear. Fine. Moving right along, this guidebook says the entrance is right, well, it should be right here, but I can't see past this mob of pungent lay people. Well, I'll just ask one of them. Hello! Where are the catacombs?
Try asking in French.
I'm not gonna speak some froofy made-up words just so these frog-eaters can sit around all day not learning American.
Mark, I think this is the line.
Rats.
You didn't say there'd be waiting involved. I am not going to wait around on these cobbles, Mark. I don't know why they've left all these rocks around when good American tar is so plentiful.
Well, we're not skipping the catacombs. I'll bet you Jenkins has never seen them. Now, Jenkins saw the Grand Canyon in the spring, and he still brings it up during morning company golf.
I don't care what Jenkins brags about at morning company golf, or 11sies company golf, or even afternoon delight company golf. I am not waiting around for 2 hours to see some stinky old hole in the ground.
Well, we'll just cut the line then. Here. That's the go-getter spirit, the American industrialism that... Yeah. Stop! Dear Lord, stop! Where are you getting all this cheese? So I know you're not in a real box. Come on, Patty, we're going around back.
How are we supposed to know when we've reached the around back mark? This is preposterous.
Bonjour, I have tickets for the secondary entrance. Oui, the best catacomb tickets in France. Save your time, skip the line.
Here, an egg for your face, darling. What were you saying, sir? This is the other way into the catacombs?
Oui, sir, a shortcut.
Why haven't I read about this in the guidebook?
It is super secret and very exclusive.
Ah, and romantic?
Extremely romantic, the most romantic. Everyone will be very jealous.
Wonderful. Oh, Betty, we're going in this way. Here you go, sir. Money.
I'm free.
Finally free.
You see that? The joy of capitalism. Now, in you go.
But Mark, it's so dark down there. I can't see where the tunnel goes.
Well, marriage is a dark tunnel with no end in sight, but here we are. In you go.
Ah!
It seems that our adventure has hardly begun, and already the pitfalls of unhappy marriage are laying the uneven groundwork that will cause the hastily laid walls to tilt at a sickening angle, an angle you might even call slanted. Well, actually, an angle can't be slanted. See, it's made of two lines. So, on the whole, it doesn't make sense to describe the whole angle as slanted, when in fact a slant is more of a relative visual comparison to an existing plane and a theoretical perpendicular plane. And generally speaking, the bisecting line would have to create an angle with the first plane that is equal to or greater than, I'd say 10 or so degrees to really be noticeable. What was I saying? Oh yes, the doomed couple, and traverse deeper underbelly Paris.
And then Laura said that she'd never come back again. And she up and moved to Cairo.
Egypt?
No, Illinois. She moved to Cairo, Illinois to have a menagerie.
Patty, I really don't think it's any of our business that what Laura does in the bedroom.
No, Mark, they're exotic animals.
I'm sure they are, but it's still not any of our business. Now, hush, this French map doesn't make any sense. If I could just see a little more clearly... aha! My lighter. Now if I can just... there. I'll hold the flame very close to the map, and we seem to be... and the whole map has gone up in flames. Oh, dang and blast. Paper and its flammability. Oh, if I were in charge, all paper would be made of steel.
Men and their maps. We'll be fine if we just keep going in one direction. The tunnel does seem to be going down at a steeper angle now. My hand was just brushing stone, but it seems as if the whole tunnel has turned to raw earth. It's actually getting warmer down here. Gosh, it's stuffy. I feel like we've been walking for an hour. I can almost hear people. Moaning? Do you see any bones yet? Mark? Mark?
Ooga booga.
Ah! Oh, Mark, really, you're such a child.
Well, if I'm a child, then you're lucky that child marriage is legal in every single one of the 48 United States of America. Now, come this way. I think I see something.
Don't hold my hand, Mark. Your clammy little palms are so off-putting. And when did your nails become so long? How harrowing.
I didn't bring any heroin, Patty. If you were going to get snacky, you should have just brought some of your own. And I'm not holding your hand. Patty, you bat, would you stop grabbing my ankle with that flexible flesh rope of a foot you keep swinging around? I don't think now's the time for your manipulative groping.
No, it's you, Mark. Your long, fine whiskers are tickling me. Stop all that snuffling. Did you not shave today? Would you? Here, it's a good thing my purse doubles as a flashlight. That saleswoman was right. The purse light has absolutely come in handy. I'll just flip the lever and... Ah!
The Mole King?
Mole King? No, I'm a rat. The Rat King. There are obvious taxonomical differences.
Well, if you're a king, where's your crown?
The Rat King doesn't need jewels, only the ultimate prize. A binding agreement formed with the power of a sunk-cost fallacy. An eternal blood promise of devotion from more and again more unwitting fools, such as you. We.
No, I just went, thank you.
You fell into my trap, a rat trap. You paid the ferryman, and in doing so, you will become the ferryman. Trapped down here until the end of days to do my bidding.
And if we should refuse?
Then behold the punishment of those tangled with the Rat King.
Eek!
Egad!
Why, all those people tangled up in your tail!
My God, a nightmare! What hellish visions!
Why, yes! Rats trapped will gnaw and scratch until they become as one. Our power grows, and so too does our hunger. This will be your fate, unless...
Oh! There's an unless?
Unless you each find 2 more unwitting selves. No, don't sneak off while I'm talking to you. I'll whip you with my tail for your insolence. Hey-ya!
Ow!
You must both find 2 more unwitting souls to take your place.
2? Why, I'm worth at least 10 ordinary men.
Mark, hush!
No, I won't stand here and let this fake rat king tell me I'm worthless. You see this watch, Beatnik? This watch is worth enough to feed a fat family for a month. And I don't even like it. Get bent. Suck eggs.
Your riches and comforts will not help you now. You must pay for your hubris with your life. Or with someone else's.
I suppose we have no choice.
No choice indeed. Choice is an illusion. Fate brought you here, and it is fate you must face. Now go and know if you fail, the tale's entwinement awaits you. The rat ropes, the rodent wrappings, ratus cauda captionum. Death's embrace, the Boston crab, Adam and Eve on a log, Operation Beaver Cage, the horizontal okey pokey, the Spanish donkey, the The Bananarama! Teeth's delight! Anyway goes. Tracer, I barely knew her. The Boogie Woogie. The Bunny Hop. You get the picture. Now go. Go, ye cursed souls, and make your deal with the devil.
Mark, help me wave this candy around. We need to lure 4 people underground soon, or our souls will be lost to torment in the Rat King's tail's embrace forever. Wave that candy higher.
Oh, Patty, what's the point? Maybe the Rat King is right. Maybe I am just some link in an endless chain, spinning my wheels but going nowhere. Nothing more than any other man.
Well, I suppose at least in this dire moment we have each other and the sweet taste of surface air in our lungs. We get to see the sun one last time and reflect on the brief and beautiful nature of life itself. How every moment is precious and how maybe, just maybe, there's still time to salvage the love we had for each other as...
Is that candy? We are just 4 lost circus orphans and we are so hungry.
Yeah, could we have some of that candy you've been waving around?
You'll give us the strength to find our way back to the orphan caravan.
No, get it.
I never doubted myself for a second. I've lured 4 people all by myself to suffer a terrible fate in our place. I am a genius.
Have another chocolate.
Yummy! I do love the smell of bitter almonds. Right, this way, nameless orphans. There's a whole mountain of candy underground. Just go through this tunnel. Come on. Hooray! And here we go, all in a line. Down, 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 into the tunnel and through all the darkness and down into the dirt. And out we come, and there's the Rat King waiting to ensnare you in his evil rodent clutches. Ha ha! Oh ho ho! Hee hee!
Oh no, you tricked us.
Oh, Mark, it's not right. Why should these poor children suffer in our place? Maybe we deserve it.
You all deserve it. None shall escape my grasp. Fools! Ha 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 ha!
Orphans, circus formation 6.
What are you doing? No!
Amazing! The orphans have banded together in some sort of acrobatic fighting configuration. Why, they look as tall and imposing as any improbably sentient cave monster.
All right, all together now.
No! Stop!
Here, I'll rip my pearls off my neck and throw them at the Rat King's feet.
Oh! Oof! He's down! I'll use my expensive watch to tie his hands together.
We got him.
Oh, Mark, we've done it!
Oh, Rat King, your face is getting in the way of your mouth. Here, let me just tug it. Ah! Oh, your face! Your face! Your filthy rat face is coming off in my hands in one rubbery flap. Oh, it's horrible.
It's a mask, Mark.
Oh?
You're not a Rat King. You're Charles Ponzi.
Charles Ponzi?
Yes, it's me, Charles Ponzi. You all thought you were rid of me, but you will never be rid of me. Greed. That's me. Greed is immortal. Greed is inevitable. Greed claims us all in the end. You'll never be free of it. Never.
He vanished in a big puff of smoke.
Oh no, there he goes. He's fleeing down another tunnel.
Well, I, for one, learned a valuable lesson. Life is short, but there are no shortcuts. And material wealth is fleeting, but love is eternal. And you can't live your life for anyone else. You have to live... Oh, my stomach. Oh, there's blood pouring from my eyes. Why... Oh, I'm twitching so uncomfortably and foaming at the mouth. Oh, I'm falling. Oh, I'm dying. Oh,
Oh, no.
Hey, lady, seeing as your gentleman fellow is dead, you want to come with us and join the circus?
Why? You really think I could join the circus? What could I do?
Do you fit into that there rat costume?
What a wonder! It fits like a dream. Wow, an act all my own, a life of adventure and intrigue?
Looks like you'll be our new star act. The Rat Queen.
All hail the Rat Queen!
Rat Queen.
Well, listeners, there you have it. There are no shortcuts, or perhaps scarier than a giant rat man extorting people on vacation is the blight of miscommunication, manifesting itself in dark and insidious ways, trapping us in a box. A box like a room, like a really long room, that could almost be described as a hallway. Join us next week where we follow another couple visiting Vatican City. All is well until they venture into the catacombs of St. Peter's Basilica and convert to Catholicism, leaving behind Christendom in favor of flagrant Roman popery. But that will have to wait until next week. This asparagus is still floppy. Would it kill you to just cook it less? Everyone knows asparagus should be steamed for no more than 7 minutes. Not a second more! It would save you time. You know you can eat asparagus raw, right? So at the very worst, the vegetables remain in the state God created them. What you have done is ruin something that was already perfect. You have disgraced the restaurant industry. You have disgraced the bounty of this good earth. And much more, you disgraced yourself for allowing this disaster to reach me, knowing in your heart that it wasn't good enough. Now, stop looking at me. Who told you you could look at me? Good night.